Hello? Oh, hello? Okay, I think you should all hear me. Hello? Hello, welcome. I don't know what just happened to my sound, but hello and welcome to the Huts Gaming League 1 race, the last race of the season, race 22 at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It is time for the season finale. And before we head into that, I got a little announcement. At the end of the race, I got a little announcement about next season. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, please hang around and I will let you guys know about that. Now, let's have a little look at the Meow! I don't hear anything. This is quite crappy. No, why don't I hear anything? Hello? Okay, I should hear now. Goshen is in first place with 340 points, of course, already having the title. And TomTom is in P2 with 254. And Bubbly is in P3 with 213. In the constructors, we have Alpine at P1 with 523 points, also already having the title concealed there. Aston Martin in P2 with 380 and McLaren in P3 with 281. Now let's have a little look at the drivers. I don't see everyone ready up yet, so we're gonna wait a little bit before they're ready up, and then we're gonna go to the circuit and have a little look at that. Like I said, at the end we have a little announcement about next season. And I see that the drivers are readying up now, so that means we're gonna have a look at the circuit here. Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit here in Abu Dhabi, in the middle of the desert. A 5.2 kilometer or 3.2 mile circuit here. Two DRS zones with a speed trap just before turn 6 and 7. 16 turns in total with an 8.2 meter elevation, which of course is not a lot. Here in turn 5 we see Hamilton versus Verstappen, of course. The overtake that gave Verstappen the title at the last lap of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. In turn 6 and 7 here we see Hamilton versus Perez. Perez of course defending hard against Hamilton, which ultimately gave Verstappen a chance at the title, which he of course won. And here in turn 9 also the last lap of the Grand Prix, we see Hamilton trying to go around the outside of Verstappen, but not making the overtake stick, which of course meant Verstappen got the title. We have 3 tires with us as always, the C5, the C4 and the C3 tires in this case, which are the softer tires. Of course the intermediates and wets are available but won't be used. Now let's head to the circuit for qualifying. Yes, welcome to qualifying here. Let's have the track map enabled so we can see, and the lap time enabled. And now it's waiting to see who gets out first. Of course, the titles are already given away, with Goshen winning the driver championship and Alpine winning the constructor championship, but that doesn't mean that nobody or that we won't have any fights here. And we see Sherlock retiring. Of course, he has a qualifying ban, so we won't see him in qualifying, and he will start the race at the back of the pack. We see that 6 is the first to come out of the pits here, and it's also probably the first one to go set down a lap. Let's see what they all can do. It's the last lap, or the last race of the season, of course. Like I said, means that everyone will have the engine all the way up. There's not a lot to play for, but the engines do not have to be concealed anymore. Let's see if it's gonna give some interesting results in this qualifying or in the race. Last week, was it last week? Did we have a stream last week? I don't think we had. No, we had. We didn't have a stream for League 2. I'm sorry, this Friday. I heard it was a good thing. Not a lot of drivers finished. So happy we didn't see that. Now let's have a look here with 6. The first to set a lap out here in the Mercedes. Crossing the start-finish line here to start the lap. Let's see what he can do here. Of course we're gonna see some yellow flags in qualifying for people letting other drivers by. Doesn't always mean there was a spin or anything. 6 setting a 18.0 in the first sector, now heading on to the second sector, first straight. Let's see what he can do here. We also see that Sorky is right... No, that's not Sorky, that's his teammate. Groffel is right behind 6. Let's see if he can set a faster lap than 6 is about to set. Of course, 6 setting purple sectors. He's the first person to cross the lines. Not that hard. Goshen disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. That's an interesting one. Not sure if that was meant to happen. So we're gonna see what 6 is gonna set here. It's gonna be a 125.6, and then Groffel sets a faster time with a 124.7, and Queck sets a 126.2. A lot of gaps right now. Let's see what the rest is about to do. Sorky coming to set the lap here at 125.1 with the fastest sector 3. I see one of the Red Bulls drive first. Standing still. I think he had a little spin there, Reese. Saw a yellow flag and I'm standing still. Normally not a good sign. Have a look where everyone is. Biscuit has a invalid lap. Fusion is on a lap. Daniel now setting a faster lap time with a 124.2, 5 tenths faster than Groffel did. Let's see. For now, I'm gonna have to do this real quick to see if we can put up the noise reduction a little bit. Of the background. No, the background noise is still very much there. I'm not really sure why. Let's see, we see that Fusion in the meantime has set the third fastest time now with a 125.0. Let's see if anyone can cross that 123 barrier, or who's the first to do so. Groffel, not someone we see at the top a lot. Let's see if we can switch it up this weekend. And we do see that his teammate has... No, he just let someone by. I think that's Daniel, yeah. I don't think Daniel's on a lap. Anything other than an in-lap. And indeed he is going back into the pits. Fusion should be on a in-lap. Let's see if Hardy is doing something here in the McLaren. The third sector now. Let's see what he can do. Attempt to beat this at 124.2. Only 2 more corners to go for him. What is it gonna be, the final stretch? It's gonna be a 124.0, the fastest time we have up until now, 2 tenths faster than Daniel did. Let's see who can beat him. Of course we see that Goshen is disqualified, someone who is always at the top. That can stir things up a little bit. Also haven't seen Isti and Cookie and TomTom yet. TomTom is on our lap now though. See what he does in the second sector. It is a 53.0 in the purple second sector there. See if we can keep that going in the third sector. But is of course a lot faster than it was before. And 2 more corners to go, 1 more. And the final stretch, is he gonna be the first one to cross the 123 barrier? I think he is. Yes, he does with the 123.4. 6/10 seconds, 6/10 of a second faster than Hardy did. Big gaps in the field now. Let's have a look. You see that 6 is again out on track, just starting a lap. Just see that Reese is on a lap. Let's see what he is doing in the Red Bull. In the second sector, he's gonna set a 43.9, 9/10 slower than TomTom was here, which would put him in P4 at the moment. Just faster than Groffel was. Let's see. More corners to go. Let's see if he can hang on to it. Final corners. Last corner. Final stretch. It's gonna be a 124.9, which put him in P5, losing a little bit there in the third sector. Was hoping for a P4 there, I think. Let's have a look. 6, of course. Now setting the fastest second sector time, but spinning out. He was on a very good lap, 3/10 faster than what he did. I'm gonna be happy about this one because it wasn't a bad one. Let's have a look. Quack also on a run, 10th faster than he did before. That is not enough as he has a 126.2. He needs to find a little bit more time. Here. We also see that Isti has just come out on track. So looking to set a faster time than TomTom did there. Right, DRS open. Let's see what he sets in sector 2. It's gonna be a 53.5, 5/10 faster than he did before. Still quite a bit slower than TomTom was through here. Can catch some time in the third sector to get up the field a little bit. Not very clean through there, but only 1 corner to go. Let's see what he can do. It's gonna be on final stretch now a 125.6, which put him in P9. I think he's hoping for more, but is ahead of his teammate by just 0.02 of a second. A lot of gaps there. We also see that Daniel's on the lap, but cut the corner there and has indeed invalidated his lap. Let's see what he is working on now. So, and again when we cross to someone they spin around. Again, just after setting the faster second sector time. Becoming a commentator's curse again, I feel like. Now getting out of the way for the Ferrari of Daniel there. See, Biscuit again invalidated. Popko in the Haas, a 10 faster than he was before, which wouldn't gain him too much. Let's see if he can find a little bit more in the second and third sector. Not very clean at turn 6 and 7. Have the speed TomTom did, but still at 53.4, quite a lot faster than he did before. Not too far off the front runners. See if we can hang on to that in sector stage. Having to lift off there a little bit to not get invalidated. But it's only one turn to go. So what he was gonna set is gonna be a 124.7, which could have been 5. Not a bad place, not a bad time, not bad at all. Let's see, we see that Sorky has just put in the 5th time with a 124.6. Everyone getting faster and faster. You also see that Steve is now out on track on the back straight and he's putting in a 53.7 at the end of sector 2. You're having to lift off there a lot to not get invalidated. Not great. Gonna be a great time for him. So what Pookie is doing here. In sector 3 already. See what he can do. Last corner, and it's gonna be a 123.9, which puts him in P3. Not a bad time by Pookie at all. McLaren's on P2 and P3 as it stands. Of course, one of their main competitors, Goshen, disqualified earlier in the session for parking in a dangerous location. So starting at the back. Have a look if someone is on the lap. Looks like Jabba might be on one, I'm not sure. Let's look at it. On to the back straight now. Sector 2, what's it gonna be? A 54.3, 4 tenths slower than what he did before, so not a lot of improvement there. Actually, none. If you can find some time in sector 3 then. He has to. Otherwise this run is over. Need to lift a lot through there as well, not great. A lot of drives in front of him again. This is not great. Just slamming into the back of the Red Bull. Very weird what was happening there. Probably thought the Red Bull was gonna get out of the way. It was Reese actually, who just got shunted in the rear by Jabba there. Very weird scenes. Very weird what just happened there. Jabba of course being on a run, so the Red Bull had to get out of the way, but you can't just slam into the rear of someone. Very weird. I think he is on the lap. Let's have a little look. He has a purple's first sector time, I'm sorry. Let's see if he can continue that in sector 2 and sector 3. The challenge Tom. 3 minutes left remaining. Means that everyone is gonna get out soon for that final run. Want to go as late as possible. The late issue there. See what Pookie's gonna do here in sector 2. It's gonna be a 52.9 faster than Pookie was around here, or at this point of the circuit. Let's see. Very clean through here. No Red Bull in front of him to smash in the rear. One corner to go. Can he challenge Tom for that top position? I don't think so. No. A 123.7, which puts him in P2. 3/10 slower than Tom. It's quite a lot he has to find. We do indeed see now that everyone is slowly getting out. 150 remaining on the clock. Not a lot of time if you want to go out now. If you go out now, it's quite narrow if you're gonna make it. See that almost everyone went out except Jabba, 6 and Jordan, who are too late now to set another lap. They won't get out. We do also see that Steve has spun around, yes, in sector 3 there. Hope he gets out of the way and otherwise like his teammate did. But he just spun, warm tires probably, but he has to put the lap in now. See if he can manage it. Let's have a look. The Tropical is 600 slower than what he did before. Might be able to find some time here on edge there. Park right on the apex there. What's it gonna be? I think a 124.6. 800 faster than what he did before, but still in P7. Pookie has just entered the pits. Not that weird. We saw him do a lap just before also. No, his teammate just continued. Let's have a look. Daniel, the first person to go set a lap here. Get the checkered flag. What is it gonna be? Oh, too far there. Can keep his time but does not improve. Then the Alfa Romeo Sorky, let's see if he can find some time here in the last few turns. Doesn't really look like it. No. Groffo having an invalidated lap. Isti shooting to P2 with a 123.5. Just under a tenth of TomTom. Not enough. TomTom having an invalidated lap, so that if everyone goes faster than TomTom was, and we do see that Hardy has spun one of the other competitors. Let's see if Bubbly might be able to do something. Not looking too great through there. I don't think he's gonna set a faster lap there. Only P5 for Bubbly there, and that is the grid. TomTom in P1 with a 123.4, Isti in P2 with a 123.5, and Pookie in P3 with a 123.7. That will be your top 3 for the race. 6 way back in the field in P17 with a 125.6, not too great. Hardy probably not going to be too happy as well. Anyone? Who are we waiting on? I'm not quite sure. Hardy? I think so. See, he has just entered this pit. Yes. And then here again, your starting grid for the race. In P1, TomTom, P2, Isti, Pookie, Hardy, Bubbly, Daniel, Sorky, Bengal, Tropical, Groffle, Crazy Steve, Lero Fusion, Reese, Big Jabba, Biscuit, Quack, Six, Jordan, Sherlock, and last but not least, after being disqualified, Goshen. Let's have a little look. Still not quite sure what happened between Jabba and Reese, I think it was, in the Red Bull. Probably gonna be looked at the end of the race. Looks very weird though. Now it's waiting for the timer to run out to head into the race. Let's see what's gonna happen there. "20 seconds on the clock, everyone is out on track. Information lap, we're gonna see what tires everyone is gonna start on. Let's have a little look at that. I think the most drivers are gonna start on the mediums. Let's see if we have any weird ones out. And there we are. Let's have a little look. Okay, so we do see that most of the drivers are indeed on the mediums. The first odd one is Bengal in P8 on the hards. Then we have Groffo in P10 on the hards. Not getting away very well off the line. Steve in the Red Bull is starting on the softs. Quite a gamble there. And we do see that both Six and Jordan in P17 and P18 are also on the hards. The rest is all on the mediums. So we have some odd ones out. Most of the drivers are just starting on the medium tire. TomTom, of course, leading the pack now. Groffo a bit out of position down there. Not sure what happened there. When he got away, probably caught hard tires. Let's hope he doesn't do that for the race. And Goshen, of course, the last one of the pack. A full grid for the last race. That promises some good racing, I hope. Let's hope we don't have too much safety cars. Of course, as we're here in Abu Dhabi, no chance of rain. We don't need to worry about that. TomTom, the first one to complete the lap, is gonna put it in P1. And then it's waiting for Goshen, the last driver, to put it in P20. Before the green flag will be waved and the 5 red lights will go on and then off before we start. Goshen leaving a little bit of a gap to the rest, so they get a little bit colder tires. Lap 12 is the estimated pit stop between lap 12 and lap 16, and we do see that Goshen has put it there. And we have a beautiful shot here from the front, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and they're out and we're underway. So it looks like Isti has a good start. Can he do anything against TomTom? Doesn't look like it. Let's look at the rest. Oh. No yellow flags. Looks like everyone got away clean. Bubbly overtaking Isti for that second position. Is he trying to go around the outside to get that position back, but not being able to do so? Very close. Also in the back of the pack with no touches, as it seems. No incidents. Everyone is still on the way. Isti having a little look down the inside, but decides to not go for it. Cookie overtaking Daniel for P5. Sorky going off circuit, trying to have a little bit more of a better exit, and we do see our first ping. Looks like Bengal is the first one to spun out on the hard tires. Not sure if that is the reason. We do see that everyone who started on the hard tires is now at the back of the pack. Because hard tires are not the tires you want to be on right now. We see that Groffo and Bengal have both lost a lot of positions there on the hard tires. Probably not all temperature yet. Very easy to spin out. I'm gonna be happy about this one. We see that Bengal is having trouble there. We also see that Daniel's in the pits, probably for a wing change, otherwise you won't come in the first lap. Not sure who he had contact with. We do see that indeed his front wing will be changed, and we also see that Bengal is coming in after a spin. Not sure if he has front wing damage or he just does not like these tires at all. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like the wing will be changed. No, he didn't fancy those hard tires at all and heads out on a new set of mediums. Meanwhile, we see that TomTom is still in P1. Not a very big gap to Bubbly. He's gonna be able to, he's gonna have a look to find his teammate there for P1. We see that Jabba's losing a lot of positions there. I think he lost about 3 positions in a very short amount of time. Goshen, who started in P20, has now climbed up already into P12 in just 2 laps. So he's having an amazing overtake race. Let's see if he can find his way back to the top. As we see him now overtaking Biscuit as well. While Pookie sets the fastest lap of the race up until now. The front of the field driving away a little bit. Took second gap between Pookie and Tropical. Oh, and we do see another spin. TomTom in first place has lost the lead after a spin. Not sure if there was some contact, but losing a lot of positions there. Even falling behind his rival Goshen there. Goshen now up until P10, already overtaken half of the grid. Looking very strong here. We do see that Bengal once again heads into the pits. Just a lap after he went to the medium tires. He's gonna go back on the hards. It does look like it. Also changes his wing. I think he went in last round to change his wing, but the team decided not to do so, but he really wanted it. And we also see that Isti has now overtaken Bubbly for B2. And Hardy climbed up into P1 actually. Sorry, I quite missed that. We also see that Groffel had a little spin there. In Sector 3, not sure if he had some contact with anyone, but also on these hard tires that don't work for anyone. Not a great weekend for Aston Martin. TomTom has spun and Bubbly, who was in P2, should have taken the lead, but is now in P3. He's gonna have a look at overtaking Isti, but I think he needs to watch his mirrors a little bit more, as Pookie is quite close to him. Oh, and we see the next one going into the wall, and it's Hardy who lost his front wing, spinning back on track. A lot of drivers spinning here. First place is not the place you want to be in now. 2 drivers already spun from that place. Looks like everyone is having a difficult time keeping these tires under control. And Hardy is gonna have a hard time coming back into the pits here with no front wing at all. We also see our first penalty here for Biscuit, a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Is he now back in P2? Gonna try to fight back. That is Steve. We also see our next spin, and this time it does look to be Jabba. Let's have a look. Yeah, looks like he's just got underway again. Groffel overtaking him. Not great for Jabba here either. A lot of spins already. Doesn't look like there are major crashes. Except Hardy, of course, with the wall, but not drivers with each other. As you see that Hardy is indeed now going into the pits. Fusion overtaking Reese for P8. Sherlock, who started P19, has also climbed his way up to P13 now. And you see that Goshen is also in P7 now. Really looking fast here. The drivers at front really need to watch out for this man in the Alpine, because looks like he's gonna be unstoppable this race. Behind Steve in the Red Bull, who is on soft tires, but it really looks like Goshen is still faster. We'll have the DRS here, which Steve won't have. You see that the DRS is indeed open. So as his overtake on and is going down the inside here at turn 9, making the overtake stick. Very easy, very clean, up into P6, and his next victim will be Sorky. At this point, it isn't really a question of whether it will happen, it's more a question of when it will happen. This looks too fast. We do see another yellow flag. Looks like the guy Goshen was just battling with Steve has just spun out on these soft tires. So even the soft tires are not too hard, or not easy to control, as we see him spin again with hot tires. See if he's gonna head into the pits. Yes, he is. After 6 laps on the soft tires, he's already in for a pit stop, and we see that his teammate has also spun and lost his front wing. With the wall in turn 2 there. Wow, we see a lot of drivers crashing on themselves a lot as well. Not looking great here at all. Very, very hard conditions. And I'm not really sure why. TomTom now back into P7. Nope, still fighting with Fusion, but making the overtake stick, it looks like. Although Fusion will have the DRS, will he be able to come back with it? He's not using overtake, so it won't be likely. No, TomTom holds on to the position. But 3 seconds almost already behind Goshen, who is just on a rampage here. Goshen, who has just catched up with Sorky and Tropical. He's looking for a possibility to overtake. He is looking a lot faster than the 2 cars in front of him, so it's a matter of time before he overtakes them. And Reese, the next one with a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. 5-second time penalty. That's a harsh one. And not one you want. And we do see that Sorky has now overtaken Tropical. Fighting for these two fighting might mean that Goshen will have an opportunity to strike within DRS range of both. The driver in front of him, Tropical, also has DRS, so it's quite hard to overtake here. That Tropical is now overtaking Sorky again. No, he is not, which means he has to left off. Now Goshen around the outside, which turns into the inside here for turn 10 and 11, but not making the overtake stick, as Tropical has just a little bit of overspeed. The order has not changed here. We do see that Tropical is going a little bit out of line there. Probably got a warning for that. Of 2 warnings you can have. And we see our next spin. This time it is Biscuit, who already has a penalty. Also spun around. Let's have a look. Does not look like he got a lot. Ooh, and was too greedy. Went too fast on power again. Went nose first into the wall, and indeed goes into the pits for a wing change. Oh, and also a 5-second time penalty for him, as he went into the pit lane and got a little bit too fast. And we see that Goshen now has overtaken Tropical for that P5 position, hunting down Sorky now, who's just out of DRS range, but Goshen just managed to get within it again, holds on to it. Hunting down Sorky now for that P4 position. You also see that Cookie, Bubbly and Isty are all very close to each other. Let's see if he can do anything. Very crazy race up until now. No safety cars, fortunately, but a lot of drivers spinning and crashing, losing front wings, having hot tires. Let's see. With a bit of a train here, hard for Cookie to overtake Bubbly as he has DRS on his T. Oh, Oh, that's a very late lunge. Misses braking point there, having a little bit of a contact with Bubbly there. Let's hope he doesn't have wing damage from that. Let's see if Goshen can do something to Sorky here now. DRS is open. What's gonna happen on this straight? We can do something on the next straight. TomTom now overtaken Tropical. Which means he is right behind Goshen again. That's gonna be a fun race to watch between them. The gap between Goshen and Sorky is quite big, so I don't think he will be able to do anything here. Now it's gonna have to wait for a little bit. It looks like most of the drivers have calmed down a little bit now. Biscuit again in the pits. Let's see. The last driver almost winning a lap already. Again very close to Bubbly, didn't went to the pits, so I would say does not have wing damage from that contact, or it is not a lot. See, very close now. Is he gonna go for the lunge? I don't think so after what happened last round or last lap. No, indeed not. Trying to get the better exit with Bubbly is not stupid either, but looks like Cookie does have a little bit of a faster exit. Going down the inside here. Is he gonna make the overtake stick before the turn? Yes, he is. Just no contact between the guys there. And we do also see that Goshen now has overtaken Sorky for P4. Which means he is now right behind these guys. Although it is 6 seconds. Cookie now up into P2. Is he still in P1? For how much longer with Cookie chasing him down now? But we already saw 2 drivers spinning out from that top position. I'm not sure if it's the place you want to be in. Oh, and as I say it, second place does not look great either, as Pookie's nearly spun it around. Kept it out of the barrier though. Not great. Goshen now up into P2 with everyone in front of him. Just spinning out. Came all the way from P20 and is now in a little bit up into P. No, Cookie re-overtakes him. We also see that there is a yellow flag. Looks like Sorky is, I think, the one who spun around at the last corner. Not quite sure. We also see that a lot of the drivers are coming in for their pit now. This is quite early, as we saw that the prediction was to go until at least lap 12, and we do see another spin, this time by the Red Bull driver Steve. Spinning again, kept it out of the barrier, it looked like. No damage isn't going in. Luckily the drivers are spinning a lot of their own and not taking other drivers out. Quite a lot happening already. Jemma also into the pits for some fresh hard tires. Lap 11 of 29, so there's quite a long way to go, but I think a lot of the drivers are waiting for that safety car. So with how many spins we have, it looks inevitable. Bookie's still in P2, but is he now having almost an 8-second gap? These 3 drivers are 2 of these 3 drivers have spun in this race already. Both Pookie and TomTom spun from one of the top positions, and Goshen, who started all the way back in P20 with them. Let's see if they're gonna work together to catch Isti again, if they're gonna fight for that second place. Big fight also here between Quack, Bubbly, Jordan and 6. It does look like Jordan is, or Bubbly is gonna overtake 6 or Quack here? No, sorry. Not yet though. Is he gonna go for the lunge? No, he isn't. He's gonna hang back a little bit, trying to get a better exit out on the second straight here with DRS. Let's see what he can do. Does have the DRS on Quack. Is it enough? Does not have a lot of ERS to play with. Neither does Quack. It seems not to be enough. Oh, but Quack shoots wide there and Bubbly just pushes it down the inside, overtaking Quack for that P7 position. Trying to get back to the front as he just pitted. We also see that Pookie and TomTom are both heading into the pits now. Both most likely to go to the hard tires. Yes, indeed. Which means that we now have an Alpine 1-2, but Goshen also needs to pit. Trying to go for the overcut here. Let's see. We saw that the hard tires are quite hard to get up to temperature, which means the drivers are likely gonna lose a lot of time in that outlap. We saw a short yellow flag, but it didn't look to be a lot. So is the rest gonna lose a lot of time in that first lap, which causes Goshen to be able to pit and head out in front of them? Is he gonna be able to defend that position? If he does. Let's see, I think Goshen is gonna head in the end of this lap. Although Isti also needs to pit. And they don't want a double stack, I'd imagine. Let's see. Isti is indeed going in. Let's see what Goshen does. They're gonna go for the double stack. Yes, they are gonna go for the double stack. Is this gonna cost Goshen some time? Let's see, Isti having his pit stop right now. Need to wait a little bit, but not too much. Not a perfect pit stop. Could be worse though. Let's see where Pookie is now. What's the start finish? Yes, he will end up in front of Goshen. Goshen not gonna be too happy about that double stack, as it looked like he would have ended up in front of at least TomTom if it didn't happen. At least a lot closer, because he lost DRS range now. Ooh. Saw some fighting in the back there. Goshen warming up his tires. It's really hard. We've seen a lot of the drivers spin already on these cold hard tires. Fourier fighting with Fusion and Tropical right in the middle. Let's see if he can get that exit on Tropical. Does not look like it. Does have a lot of ERS to play with, but Tropical has enough to defend. Does not look like he's going for a move here. Is he now within 6/10 of a second for that P1 position again? Bubbly having undercut everyone here. And we do see another yellow flag, and this time it is 6 who spun around also on hard tires, but these are quite old hard tires. It does not look like he has damage, no. Let's see what he does. He does head into the pits. Let's see if he changes his front wing. I think he does not. No. Just heading out on new medium tires. Quite early though. Still needs to drive 15 laps on these medium tires, which is quite long. Not sure if these mediums are gonna last so long. Maybe hoping for a safety car at the end so he can go to the softs. Now really closing that gap on Bubbly. Trying to get the better exit. Quickly overtaking Jordan for the P3 position, but still 6.5 seconds behind on the top two drivers. halfway mark of this race. Enough action, a lot of spins, a lot of broken front wings. Not a... Ooh, when we see Jordan losing 2 positions at one, both TomTom and Goshen. Probably made a little mistake there. He's shooting a little bit wide there. I think he might have got a warning for that, so he needs to watch out. Goshen setting the fastest lap now, 25. Catched up with TomTom again. In DRS range. Let's see if Isti can do something to Bubbly here. Real heavy DRS. Bubbly running out of DRS as well. Well, Isti has enough to play with. So I'm afraid Bubbly is going to be a sitting duck at the next straight. Will you be able to defend? Still 4 tenths, quite a long way, but with the DRS and DRS both enabled, looks like Isti has done a zoom pass indeed for that P1 position. And we do see our next spin this time. It's Hardy. Yes, indeed, Hardy in the McLaren. Struggling to keep the car straight as he drove away. Does not look like there is a lot or any front wing damage at all, so that's a good sign for him. But a lot of chaos. A lot of drivers spinning, a lot of little incidents. Luckily not major ones. Of course, Hardy already had a major incident. Now needs to focus on keeping that car straight. Let's see what Goshen is doing here. Still very close to something to be. The TomTom is the one. Should attack with the, but he has enough ERS to play with, so it's gonna be hard for TomTom to do. Best exit here. Not gonna leave too much. I don't think Goshen is able to do something to TomTom here. I think they're just driving to the front together, hoping for one of Isti or Bubbly to make a mistake. Bubbly now losing that DRS range to Isti. See if Isti is going to be able to run away with this race then. Got a long way to go though. Ooh, we do see our next yellow flag this time. It is for Jebba, who is in the wall, it looked like. Front wing still on, but is it intact? Sherlock now a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Does look like the front wing is in good shape. Both Jordan and Groff are pitting now. I think Groff is gonna... Oh, let me see our next spin. Well, I said so 6 this time. It's a lot of the same corners, isn't it? The new corners are quite hard for everyone, looks like. Let's see, he isn't heading into the pits, so the front wing should be fine, but the tires are not, and he spins around again. Tires were still way too hot. And we do see that the driver behind him went into the pits. Almost no one having a flawless race. And we do see another spin by 6 there. Really needs to watch out for his tires now. Bubbly now getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Has exceeded the track limits one too many times. This might end up being very costly for him. He now needs to finish 3 seconds clear of everyone to win this race. We do see that TomTom is slowly catching up. to Bubbly, where it was 5.8 seconds 2 laps ago. It's 4.8 seconds now. Field is spreading out quite a bit now. We see a lot of gaps, which means we don't see a lot of fighting, as everyone is a little bit in their own DRS train. Oh, but we do see another spin, and it looks to be 6 once again. 6 not having the race he wants. Not looking good for him now. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna also... No, he's gonna retire. He didn't fancy doing this anymore. Spun one too many times and he was done. I don't want to be in call with him right now. But that does mean we have our first retirement of the day, which is 6. Of course, did it in the pit, so there won't be a safety car for that. So everyone else can keep it out of the barriers for now. 9 laps remaining after this one. Groffel now setting the fastest lap on a new set of mediums, but oh no, never mind, that is 6 still. Car has now been cleared. Thought for a second we had another yellow flag. TomTom now catching up to Bubbly quite fast, but Bubbly losing a lot of time to Isty, so even if they overtake Bubbly, they still need to find 3 seconds to Isty. It's not gonna be easy to do. Goshen probably feels like he's a little bit stuck behind these guys. See what's gonna happen here at the end stages. Let's see. Like I said, the field is quite spread out, so not a lot of fights going on, unfortunately. Goshen now does overtake Pookie. Kind of done waiting, I think, as the race is getting to his closing stage, and we do see that Goshen or TomTom had a massive amount of oversteer there, which means Goshen is probably going to be able to overtake TomTom as well. TomTom does have the inside, Goshen has the outside. Is he going to be able to carry the speed? I think so, yes. Managed to make the overtake stick. Goshen who... Oh, and we do see the first retirement on track of the day. And it is Jabba, and it is the first safety car. We also see that Bubbly got his second penalty now, 6 seconds. And we see that Isty is going into the pits. What is Goshen, his teammate, gonna do? He's gonna stay out on these old hard tires. What is this gonna mean for both Isty and Bubbly? We also see that TomTom and Pookie both went into the pits. Goshen, the only one to stay out, and is gonna be stuck behind the safety car. I saw Tropical and Fusion both getting a penalty. I'm not sure what kind of penalty Tropical got, if it was a 3 or a 5 second time penalty. Let me have a little look. It was a 3 second time penalty also for Tropical, because I saw him going into the pits. Thought it might have been a 5 second penalty. This does mean that Isty is right behind Goshen on new tires, which tires of Goshen are not too old, but those are hard tires. Gonna be a lot of defending by Goshen here to keep this place, but has driven an amazing race here. P22, P1 up until now. Is he gonna be able to hold on to that? And I'm sorry, Tropical did not went into the pits. That is my bad, NOC. You see that a lot of the drivers are pitting, a lot of the drivers are going to those soft tires. Some of them are going to the mediums. So quite surprising. I think soft are not gonna make it till the end. That would mean an interesting end of this race if the soft tires are gonna fall off. Probably the first one to be on those soft tires though. Let's see what he can do at the restart. Looks like everyone is still on the lead lap. Yes indeed. Waiting for everyone to catch up with the safety car before we get underway again. That means we are waiting for Biscuit and Bengal. Jebba was done with it. Only Maddie was the one to crash first. Tropical in P4 with those 10 left old hard tires, he's gonna have a field day with defending from everyone on those soft and medium tires. Only 2 people are still on those hard tires. Goshen was in a hard position though. His teammate just went into the pits, would lose a lot of time waiting for that, doing the double stack once again, but I'm not sure if he isn't gonna lose more with this. He looked to be the fastest driver on track before the safety car, overtaking both Cookie and TomTom. So we get a crazy end to the season anyway. Waiting for these drivers to catch up with the rest of the field, but it is gonna be too late for the safety car to end after this lap. So we're gonna have another lap of the safety car, which means we will have 5 laps of racing remaining after the safety car goes in. It means that this field is finally bunched up again after being spread out all race. We saw a lot of the drivers spin, which caused the field to be spread out a lot, and not in a good way. So one more lap of the safety car and then it's gonna be Goshen. Controls the field. We do see that Tropical has lost some positions under the safety car, not quite sure what happened there. Looks like Tropical's having some technical difficulties. He lost some more positions after lagging a little bit. I don't think Goshen is gonna be able to hold up his team. Gonna be very hard at least. 5 laps, 8 lap fresher tires and softer tires. Curious what the softs are gonna do. I saw a lot of people go to the medium. I'm not sure if the softs are gonna make it. I think so. 8 laps should be doable. And it the end of the straight, we're going into sector 3, which means the safety car lights should go off. And they do indeed. So that means Goshen is now in control of the pack. Needs to keep his tires warm. He's the one of the only 2 drivers out on the hard tires. We've seen earlier that the hard tires are not easy. See what he can do. When is he gonna go? He's waiting for the safety car to go in at least. The safety car is in now, so Goshen didn't go when he went, and it looks like he went there. As he did. Is he looked to be awake? Still right on the tail of Goshen. How long is this gonna last? The last 5 laps of this season. Oh, is he going very wide and now gets the penalty? Oh, but Goshen losing a lot of positions at once. Losing a position to Issy, to Bubbly and to Pookie. That means Pookie is now in a great position to win this race. Pookie's gonna overtake him. No, yes, no. Oh, just down the inside. Yes, he is. Biscuit has now also retired from the session after having, I think, a collision with Reese there at the back. I'm not quite sure what happened there. A little bit to focus on the front here. Is he now having a 3-second time penalty? Bubbly having a 6-second time penalty. So Bubbly not looking to win this race. But Pookie being in a very good position as Goshen is now also losing positions to TomTom. Now fell down to P5, which means Pookie is now virtually first. TomTom virtually second. As long as they can keep up with Isty and Bubbly and don't get penalties themselves, they should be able to finish 1 and 2 together. Is TomTom gonna be able to fight Pookie for it, maybe? Now Daniel also overtake Goshen. Goshen losing a lot of positions here. Told you it was not gonna be hard on these hard tires. Should have gone for that pit anyway. Easy to say after, of course. Bubbly now overtaking Isty for that P1 position, but needs at least a 3-second gap to Isty and a 6-second gap to the rest. We also see that Sherlock and Groffel probably have had a little incident at the back there as they both spun at turn 3 there. Pookie's still very close with these two. Is he still fighting? Is he now down the inside? Looks like he is gonna make the overtake stick. Yes, he is. Let's see. DRS has been enabled now, 3 laps remaining. See that Sherlock has had another incident with another yellow flag. Groffel now is and we see that he is in the wall. Pushed too hard on the hot tires again. And now TomTom also has a 3-second time penalty. Oh my god, Pookie now up into P2. Right behind Isty, who has of course a 3-second time penalty. Oh, this is crazy at the end. Daniel, virtually now P2. Very good in that Ferrari. Haven't seen him a lot all season actually. But it looks like Bubbly also has had a little incident as he's now all the way back into P10. Sherlock now retired in the pits. How boring this race was just a few laps ago. How it unfolded here at the end. Still Isti in first, but Pookie is right behind them. On these softer tires as well. But all the soft tires already dropping off. I wouldn't expect them to. Pookie gonna be able to do anything with DRS maybe on the straights. Both have enough DRS to play with for 2 laps. 2 laps remaining. Daniel gonna be able to stay close enough to Isti to get that second place. He needs to hang on to TomTom. He does have the DRS though. Pookie has the DRS on Isti. He's gonna be able to do anything. Very close now. Looks like Isti is gonna have the better exit though. Here is Pookie shooting a little bit wide there. The DRS is of course enabled. Both not using any ERS here. No overtake here on this lap. Only 1 lap remaining as we see another spin this time by Bengal. The stuff here in front is too spectacular to not look at it. Daniel losing a little bit of touch with the rest of these top 3 runners. He needs to stay in the 3-second window with Isti to get that second place. He still is, but can he hold on to that for 1 more lap? It's the white flag for Isti here at the last race of the season. It's Isti in first, Pookie not too far behind. Is he going to be able to do anything here on this last lap? He has the soft tires, he has enough ERS to play with, but Isti has that too. He's going to have the advantage of the DRS though. That gap is quite big now. DRS is enabled, TomTom. Oh, Pookie shooting very wide there. Is TomTom going to be able to do anything with it? No, he spins out, and that means Daniel's now up into P3. Fusion takes P4. Goshen P5. Hardy P6. But Isti is still in front. But Daniel is within that 3 seconds for now. But it is getting close. It is getting very close. Pookie should be able to stick with it. Is Daniel gonna be able to? Only 2 more turns. 1 more turn here for Isti. And he is gonna cross the line first, but he is not gonna take the win, because the win is gonna go to Pookie, and Daniel does get the P2 after being within 3 seconds of Isti there. Isti P3, Goshen being promoted to P4 after the penalty of Fusion. Amazing race by Goshen, gotta say. Started P20 all the way up to P4, but he wanted more. We saw he wanted more. We see some spins here at the end stages by Bengal once again. Groffel all the way back on new tires. Is he gonna set a new fastest lap? I think he already has it, doesn't he? He's gonna be the last to cross the line though. Is it gonna be the fastest lap? And 1 more turn left. Let's see. I don't know, I don't think so. But I thought he already had it, to be fair. Wow! The race looked to be quite boring. Lap 20. Everyone was spread out. No action, no overtakes. And then Jabba crashed it into the wall and the safety car came out. And it turned the entire race upside down. But in the end, there is one man who profited from that safety car. And it is gonna be Pookie who takes the top step. Wow. Oh, I didn't mean to press ahead. I'm sorry. Oh no, it's Daniel who had the fastest lap at the end of the race. How close was Groffel? 126.5, 2 tenths. But it's Pookie who wins the last race of the season, with Daniel just overtaking Isti with that penalty after having I think they even have had a little bit of contact, Isti and Goshen. I'm not quite sure, but how the race unfolded, I think this says enough. The what's it called again? The race director is filled to the brim. Pit stops, a lot of course, a lot of front wings. Damn. Well, enough happened here, but of course, this was the last race of the season. Season which Goshen won the Drivers' Championship. Of course, congratulations to him. Alpine won the Constructors' Championship. Of course, congratulations to them. But with finishing this season, that does mean we're gonna have a little look at next season or not. Maybe not, but we're not gonna have a little look at next season. No! Season. The driver lineup. It's gonna be TomTom and Quack. In the Mercedes, in the Red Bull, we're gonna have Bubbly and Big Six. In the McLaren, we're gonna have Isti and Jordan. In the Aston Martin, the driver duo is gonna be Jabba and Sherlock. In the Alpine, it's gonna be Surly with Gruffle. The Ferrari is gonna be Goshen with Pookie. In the Alpha Tauri, it's gonna be Fusion with Biscuit. Alfa Romeo lineup is gonna be Daniel together with Hardy. The Haas is gonna go to Shankstar and Reese. And last but not least, the Williams drivers are gonna be Sorky and Bangle. And of course, you can also see the calendar already. We're gonna start at 8 January. Gonna have a little bit of a break of how long is it? 2 weeks. 2 weeks there's not gonna be a race. Then we're gonna head to Barcelona for the opening race of the season, before we head to Portimao, Spielberg in Austria, China, Shanghai, Bahrain, Singapore, Italy, Imola, the Hungaroring, Silverstone, Monza, Paul Ricard, Suzuka, Spa-Francorchamps, Baku, Austin, Mexico, and Interlagos is gonna be our season finale. A 17 race season, and it's all to play for. Once again, points go to 0. Let's see who is going to be able to take the title then. Now, we of course have a little quote here by Jabba. And I quote, "Massive thank you and credit to Still Guns for entertaining us all on Twitch with amazing commentary throughout a very hectic season. Shout out to Shiv and Lagand and Oscar for a great contribution. Massive thank you to Groffel for social media, and massive thank you to all of you for tuning in this season. We look forward to welcoming you on the 8th of January 2023. And a little look at the previous seasons. Season 1, RF1 was of course not driving anymore with 271 points. The runner-up then was Vic, who's also not driving anymore. 106 points. And the championship went to Alfa Romeo, driven by Oref and Adort. And the Aston Martin was the runner-up with Vic and Shonin. All not driving in the league anymore. Season 2, Pookie with 119 points won it. Goshen, who won the title this time around, was then the runner-up with 142 points. The championship, Constructor Championship, went to McLaren with 293 points, with Pookie and Quack driving it, and the runner-up with Aston Martin once again, driven by Vic and KSK. Now, to unquote again, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for watching this season, for interacting with us, for following, for racing, for being this amazing group of people, of friends, of drivers. I want to say a massive thank you to Jabba, a massive thank you to Six for running the Discord, for running the league. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. And a massive thank you to all the drivers who get ready every week, make time in their agendas and agendas, calendars. Jesus, Dutch coming out. Thank you. I do not have a lot of words. The support has been great this season. Thank you for all the nice comments towards me, towards all of the other commentators. If you want to see more of us, join the Discord. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. It's all linked below. And with that, I want to once again thank you so much, and I hope I will see you all again. No! Whether it be in League 1, League 2, in the Discord, in the chat.